Welcome back, viewers. Now, a leaked recording of Special Envoy Steve Witkoff has emerged, where the American envoy is reportedly seen advising a Russian diplomat on how to appeal to the American president. President Trump has stated that Witkoff was doing, quote, what a deal maker does, to sell the peace plan to both Ukraine and Russia. Listen in first.
This audio that Bloomberg has of Witkoff coaching the Russians on how to appeal to you?
Well, I haven't heard it, no, but that's a standard thing, because he's got to sell this to Ukraine. He's got to sell Ukraine to Russia. That's what a deal maker does. You got to say, look, they want this. You got to convince them with this. That's a very standard form of negotiation. I haven't heard it, but I heard it was standard negotiation. And I would imagine he's saying the same thing to Ukraine, because each party has to give and take.
In fact, joining us now for more insights on this story is my colleague Marisha Barre. Marisha, what more can you tell us about this leaked video that reportedly shows U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff advising Russian diplomats on how to appease the U.S. president?
Yes, well, Kriti, to give you and our viewers a little bit more insight into what has actually happened and what has transpired, is that the peace plan put forward by the United States, which is originally a 28-point proposal, has triggered immense political and diplomatic turbulence because it has appeared to reflect Russian concessions with regards to the peace plan. Now, this has raised concerns amongst many of Ukraine's allies and US lawmakers in itself. Now, with the transcript that was published of US envoys call with Russian officials, it has kind of made a sense of liberation, or made it a biased view to people who are viewing this peace plan, making it very close to Russia's proposals. Now, the call suggested that Witkoff was giving strategic messages and advice to Russian officials when speaking with Trump. Now, the US envoy may have been acting in a way not fully coordinated with the US, but on the better side. But on the better side, Trump has actually seconded and has supported and has defended Witkoff's action, saying that it is a standard form of negotiation. He argued that a mediator must persuade both the sides of the peace plan.
Well, thanks, Marisha, for giving that information to us. And clearly, the U.S. president has defended his ambassador. Absolutely. With that, viewers, let's shift our focus to the next big story. Now, Ukraine's special forces released footage claiming to show Ukrainian fighters in the northern city of Pokrovsk. The video, which Reuters confirmed by comparing satellite imagery, appears to depict ongoing fighting. The exact filming date could not be independently verified. Meanwhile, Russia's defense ministry reported capturing 2 districts in the city on Monday, although these claims also remain unverified. Ukrainian commanders have expressed concern over their limited troop numbers, which they say are insufficient to fully secure Pokrovsk from the ongoing Russian incursions. The battle for the city continues to be a focal point in the ongoing conflict. All right, viewers, let's now move on and tell you that Britain's fiscal watchdog has apologized for publishing details of UK's Finance Minister Rachel Reeves' budget, an unprecedented error that stole the Finance Minister's chance to reset a growing narrative of incompetence in dealing with a struggling economy. The error sparked anger and mockery in the House of Commons and a frenzy on trading room floors. The Office for Budget Responsibility, that's the OBR, meant the key announcements from the budget on taxes, economic growth and individual policy changes, and were all reported an hour before Reeves stood up to deliver her budget to Parliament. Let's listen in to what Rachel Reeves had to say.
Today's budget builds on the choices that we have made since July last year. to cut NHS waiting lists, to cut the cost of living, and to cut debt and borrowing. No doubt we will face opposition again, but I have yet to see a credible or a fairer alternative plan for working people.
And now moving on, the Israeli Defense Forces have said that they have killed 4 Palestinian gunmen and captured 2 others after the operatives emerged from the tunnels in eastern Rafah, an IDF-held area in southern Gaza. Soldiers monitoring surveillance cameras have spotted the 6 operatives this morning. The Israeli Air Force carried out an airstrike followed by Nahal Brigade troops on the ground. The troops located on operative killed in the strike and 3 others in a building, opening fire and killing them, while 2 additional operatives were captured. Over the past week, the IDF says it has killed more than 20 operatives and captured 8 others trying to flee the tunnels. The army has vowed to target all remaining operatives on Israel's side of the yellow line, in line with the October ceasefire. Now, joining us for more insights on this is my colleague Marisha once again. Marisha, what more can you tell us about this?
Well, the IDF has said that many fighters remain trapped in the tunnel systems, like you very rightly mentioned in your report, Kriti, particularly near the East Rafah area where most of the recent clashes have taken place. Now, tunnel activity in this particular strip has come to be seen as the core issue of the ongoing operations by the Israel defense. Now, dozens of Hamas and operatives are believed to still be hiding in these underground tunnels in Rafah. Now, Israel says that these fighters periodically attempt to escape or rearrange themselves, violating the basic ceasefire rules that were put forth. Every time operatives emerge, Israel responds with airstrikes or ground sweeps, or in many cases, both. This has led to a regular pocket of fighting, even though there is a border ceasefire in place. Many nations like Turkey, UAE have been in active talks. Many international and global organizations have been a part of maintaining peace in this area, but due to tunnel activity and constant violation of ceasefire, we are seeing tensions rather arise than actually being settled down despite the ceasefire being in place. So, Kriti, yes, that is to give you more context about what is happening in the underground tunnels in the Rafah area.
Thanks for sharing that perspective with us, Marisha, and viewers. With the buildings already dilapidated, the tunnels now remains the target. With that, let's shift our focus